Now for something completely different. Love your home and garden. More gardening coming up in the second hour. But this is back to your home. And Craig Smith is here with an important item. Actually, it's not an important item until you need it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes extremely important. Power outage, like you had today.
About
like
9:30 this morning.
Our recent, and we had our sump pump, our guy, thanks to the company that said you don't need the battery backup because we've got this pressure pipe system thing that's going to do that. It didn't do that.
It didn't do that.
No, we needed the backup.
Ooh.
And the backup to the backup, this is Ecoflow. And this is #1 in its category. So there's two choices here. One is going to be the classic Ecoflow portable power station. The other is going to be the Ecoflow Delta Max 2000 portable power station with the solar option. That's up front. Folds up, this guy unfolds and becomes this guy. This solar option is always the most popular for people who are investing in this. It ships for free. The whole thing is for free. And by the way, if you look at your Easy Pay, you look into Easy Pay here, Craig, for $20 more per Easy payment, you get the solar panel. And by the way, that extra solar panel story, if you buy that separately, it costs like twice as much as the add-on here.
By the way, over $500 to buy the solar panel by itself.
By itself, just to buy the solar panel by itself. So you can get this on Easy Pay right now for 5 easy payments, or 18-month financing using that Q card. And that means just make the minimum payment, and at the end, pay it off. Is as good as cash. No interest charged to your account. Okay, great. Power goes out.
Yep.
Tell me what this Ecoflow story is, because it's never been this price before.
This is your new power source that doesn't require fuel. It doesn't require any kind of pull start. It doesn't require any clearing out of fumes or anything like that. It is an electric power source for all of your devices. In fact, this will work with 99% of the appliances you have in your house. So things like you lose power, you want to make the coffee. You still want to use the mixer. How about something as simple as this, the refrigerator? Because right now we have this refrigerator plugged into the Ecoflow. Rick, this 2000 Max that we have here will run this refrigerator for 30 hours.
30 hours.
30 hours.
By the way, and that a refrigerator doesn't need to work for 30 hours.
No.
Because it'll hold its cold, and including the freezer, for like 4 hours.
Yep.
So charge that up, keep it going, unplug it, and keep it going. Okay, let's prove that fridge demo right here, and so much more.
This is where it happens. The thunderstorm, the snowstorm like we had today. I lost power in my house right around 9:30, didn't get it back till close to 5 o'clock tonight. I used my Ecoflow, and you can see people here using it for all those things that are important.
Great for that backup freezer, man.
By the way, what do we often do? What do we often
Refrigerator.
do before the storm? We go to the store and stock up because you might lose power. Then what happens when the refrigerator loses power? Do you want to throw those steaks away? Do you want to throw all the butter and the dairy away? No, and this will plug into a variety of different devices. With all these different ports that we have here, Rick, it's for your laptop, it's for your coffee maker, it's for your refrigerator, it's for your washer dryer, it's for your CPAP machine.
So a couple of things there's a tour. I'm going to take a tour when we come back. That this does. You can do things that are hot, believe it or not. A hair dryer takes up more power off of these power stations than a computer does. You'd be like, wait a minute, all the power. Substantially more, right? A coffee maker does. No problem. A big refrigerator freezer. Not all of them will take the big refrigerator freezer. All that is there. So take me on a tour of what I've got front and back, if you could.
So we start here on the front. You can see we have a total of 4 traditional USB ports on here. We're using one of them right now, and then we're also using 2 of the USB-Cs. So that's the newer port that we have here. These are the super speed USBs that I currently have my computer plugged in.
Okay.
But I can unplug all of these. You can see the numbers fluctuate depending on what's plugged in. I love the fact that it gives you this digital readout right here, so you know exactly what's going on with your machine. It's not like a lot of other electronics where they have the 4 lighted bars or the 5 lighted bars. What does that mean? You don't get an actual number. Here you know exactly how much power you're using.
Okay, keep going.
And then as I spin it around, Rick, this machine weighs about 40 pounds. I'm going to unplug everything from the back so you can see the back of the machine. And then we have 6 traditional plugs.
This is huge, everybody.
This is the big story right here. 6 different plugs. And we have the 12 volt as well. When you want to recharge your Ecoflow, right here on the back, you flip open the tab here. You can plug this into your wall outlet. It takes about 2 hours to charge. If you're using the solar panel, we include the cables for the solar panel.
And so if you're doing that, just hold on right there. If I do that, so right up front we have the solar panels, right? So I got the solar panels. I plug the solar panels in to this guy, right? These solar panels are collecting energy from the sun.
That's right.
And they're charging this guy.
Recharging your Ecoflow.
While you're charging everything else.
That's right.
So the sun charges that charges this guy, and it keeps it going, and keeps it going. So this is the solar panel choice. Again, it's most popular if you're going to invest in this because they fold up to nothing. They go in your closet. That's a shot. And I don't need to be living in New Mexico with 100-degree heat and sunshine to get the power into these solar panels, right?
Not at all. Just a regular sunny day. If you're getting full sun, Rick, just tilt the solar panel towards the sun, and it will 100% recharge the Ecoflow in about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So it works very quickly.
We got some now. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. This is why this is fantastic. There's no need for any gas. Right? No need to ground this thing. I don't need a propane tank. And look at what this can charge.
Yeah, an electric kettle for an hour. Laptop. My MacBook here, 46 times it will recharge my MacBook. It will run your microwave for over 2 hours. We already told you about the refrigerator, the washing machine. If you're halfway through a load of wash and the power goes out, plug in your Ecoflow. You can finish that. How about a television for nearly 13 hours?
Wow.
Fluorescent lights, coffee makers, CPAP machines. 99% of the devices that you have in your house today, you can plug into this Ecoflow and get the power.
I mean, you're back in business.
Yep.
I mean, that power goes out, and it goes out all over the country numerous times a year. We're always hearing about it. It's happening more and more often. Stats have shown it. Now you're good to go. Your light is going.
Yep.
You're online. Your refrigerator freezer's going. When you talk the microwave, it said 2 hours. You're going to use that microwave for 30 seconds at a time, a minute at a time. So your meals are cooked now using this thing.
Yeah.
You're charging all your devices. I want to buy it right now. I'm going to bring it home. What is my setup story on this?
Your setup story is you'll use the AC cord that's included.
And charge it up.
Charge it into your
wall. You can charge your phone,
Mm-hmm.
you charge this baby up.
You charge this baby up and then just shut it down and stick it in the closet or just have it somewhere nearby because this can hold the charge for up to 6 months. And then, Rick, when you do lose power, unlike a traditional portable generator, that you need to make sure you have new gas inside of it. You don't want to leave old gas sitting in there.
Yeah.
There's no clutch, there's no primer, there's no pull start. I have a personal story. I got family that lives up in the North Jersey shore.
Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina came, all right, knocked out the power all over the place. Luckily, their house was fine.
Wow.
But after an hour or so of leaving their generator on, all of their smoke alarms went off.
Yeah.
CO2 was getting inside of the house because they didn't have the generator far enough away from an open window.
Oh, the generator was generating CO2.
It was kicking CO2 back into the house.
Yeah, we have the old one. And
no fumes on this one.
With the, it's got the propane tank. Mm-hmm. And you have to ground it with a copper pipe, right?
Yeah.
And you want to know what it sounds like? Ask my neighbor 4 doors down because they know exactly what it sounds like.
It sounds like a chainsaw going off in your backyard the whole time.
Non-stop, all day long, right? This thing, by the way, couple things. If you want it, the choice without the solar panel, it's much more limited. There's 500 to go around, but the solar panel option is much more popular. So this is the solar panel option. Mm-hmm. Now the regular QVC price of this is $1949. This is an $800 savings in that solar panel option. Craig, that's a big savings. Yep. And this is a one-time purchase that you can have for years and years and years to come. I'm telling you, so that entire solar panel that's folded up, just give me one line on 30 seconds on what I do to set this up.
You open it up and just point it towards the sun. You can see the cables, Rick, are right next to your feet right there.
Uh-huh.
You connect those cables to the cables that we include and you plug it into your Ecoflow. So it can be charging while you're using the Ecoflow or just turn the Ecoflow off and leave it sitting outside for a couple of hours. It'll run it back up.
I got a question for Sean, my producer. Mm-hmm. I've got this somewhere centered, might be in the basement, might be in the kitchen where the big refrigerator freezer is.
Sure.
Can I use extension cords from that refrigerator?
That's what we're doing right now.
Big yellow extension cords,
Yep.
no problem, right? There's not going to be a short, not going to short anything out.
Yeah, do me a favor. Pull out that big extension cord that we have in the middle of the back there.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's what's powering our refrigerator. So right there, your power goes out in your house.
Going back in.
And your first thought is,
1.
hold on a second. I just got all those steaks.
That's back on.
I just got all that Rastelli sausage sitting in my refrigerator.
3, 2, 1.
Power goes out. You plug it back in, and that will run this refrigerator for 30 hours.
Love it. Touchdown.
Yeah.
And the freezer as well.
Yeah, one of those in the basement.
Huh?
You have one of those freezers in the basement?
Yeah, they're your Rastelli steaks, your Egg Harbor salmon. They're going to be fine. They're going to be good. It's really simple. No gas, no propane, no grounding it, and no, listen to this, no sound. It's completely silent.
Yep.
And then that's obviously not a one and done. When the power comes back on, you simply plug this back in again. And it doesn't take like 4 days for it to come fully charged again.
Fully dead, in about 2.5 hours, this thing is 100% charged again and ready and waiting for you. That's the great thing about it.
With the run times and what it will charge up. Because not all these things are created equal. And as we're looking at these, tell me about this brand, this Ecoflow brand.
This is a company that was started back in 2017. You're seeing some of those items right there. Electric kettle for over an hour, microwave running nonstop for over 2 hours. Ecoflow became an environmentally conscious company. They wanted to change the way that we generate, store, and use electricity. They are an industry leader in this world of portable power.
These guys are leading the way
right.
in this, and we've got a better buy with it. You'll see it with HP computers. You'll see it with our iPads. You'll see it with a lot of electronics. Sunjo, for example, we've got a better buy today in today's special value. So this is that sale price, $800 savings. Got a question, Sean. Can you charge it with your solar panel while using it? In other words, power's out. We better get going. I'm going to plug my stuff in.
Plug your stuff in.
Now my panels are outside, right? It's simultaneous.
Yes.
Now it's not going to be absolutely equal, right? It's not going to be. You're not getting this it's not constant. It's not like plugging it into the wall.
No.
The solar panel is not like plugging it into a wall.
But if you're in direct sunlight, the solar panel will charge this device in a little over 2.5 hours.
Is that right?
Yes. In direct sunlight, yes. It charges that
That's
quickly.
amazing. I thought it would take like a half a day or something.
No, you can charge it.
I did not know
charge
that.
it that quickly in the sunlight, or you can charge it into the wall outlet, or we include the cabling too, Rick, for you to plug it into your car.
Great.
So if you are out, a lot of RVers, a lot of people like being outside in the environment, campers, they love to use this because they can plug it into their car.
Let's go spring storm, summertime. Wait a minute. Now it's hot.
Yep.
Like it's sweltering. And we've heard stories like that, right? Power outages aren't only for the winter.
They're all
so
year
now
round.
what about a fan, plugging that in?
They'll power
and
the
while
fan.
you're doing that, take me through that, either plug it in or take me through that that panel in the front and what those numbers are telling us.
That's giving you a live readout, Rick, of exactly what's going on with your unit. So you'll see the exact amount of power that you have left and how much time you have left on your Ecoflow as well. And that's going to fluctuate depending on what you have plugged in. I love the fact here they're plugging in the television, they're plugging in the cable box. If you check out my Instagram page, this is what I shot a video on earlier today. We lost power in my house. I used the Ecoflow to run my Snow Joe.
That's fantastic.
Because I had to plow the driveway today. I have one of those electric Snow Joe, snow shovel, or snow throwers rather. I dragged my Ecoflow out into the garage. I used it to clear the driveway. I brought it inside. I plugged it into my television, my cable box, and my gas fireplace because my kids were homeschooled today. They didn't go into school. It was remote learning day.
By the way, can things happen? How much snow did we get in the last 24 hours?
We got about 3 to 5 inches in our area, and it knocked out my power.
More than that.
It knocked out my power from 9 till about 4:30 this afternoon.
Yeah.
We had Wi-Fi, we had heat, we had the television running, and I cleared the driveway. All of them powered by the Ecoflow.
My technical director, Brian, he lost power on a Friday, and it powered up his beer fridge for the entire weekend. So that's really all he needed.
That's all he wanted,
There's
right?
no problem whatsoever. The entire weekend. Sunday it came back on. He was fine again.
No
all
lights.
Good.
Just sat there in the dark, but he was
just
good.
sat there. He was good. This on 5 easy payments, by the way, of $220 or $240. $20 more per easy payment. This is an investment. Investment for a long, long time. We have the lowest price. We have a better buy on this one. This is the first time ever at this low price. So this has been on before. At a higher price, we dropped it for today, right, for a big home and garden event, and it pays for itself. This is one of these things like, okay, now let's come back to some real essential things. A CPAP machine, right?
Run
you
that
know
for
who you
15
are.
hours.
15 hours, right? A sump pump, which is, if you don't know what that is, you don't live in an area that can flood.
You gotta get water out of your basement, right?
You got to get a lot of water out of your basement, man. That you could spend ruin $1,100 in that basement real quick, right? You got about a foot of water.
It can ruin everything in your basement.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Backing it up. Your freezer. And A lot of these are, could you show the plugs on the back again?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because this is.
Let me unplug everything here and I'll spin it around.
Of the USB, which is great.
All right, I'm going to pull plug after plug. I'm pulling the fan out.
But the magic of this thing is that, for me,
the
is the number of plugs. This is a Mac Daddy. This is a big guy here.
And I got to unplug the front. So this unit weighs about 47 pounds. And I'm going to basically pick it up, move it around.
Boom.
That's all the things that you can plug in, and you can use all 6 of those outlets at the same time.
I love that you said that.
Plus the 12 volt on the bottom. And Rick, I want to surprise you with this one.
The car.
By the way,